Mr. Speaker, on February 1st, 1960, 4 young black North Carolina A&T State University students began a revolution with the simple but fiercely significant act of sitting down. David Richmond, Jabril Kazan, Joe McNeil, and Franklin McCain, the Greensboro Four, took their seats at the whites-only lunch counter of the Woolworth's department store in Greensboro, North Carolina. Despite being met with hostility and a store manager who refused them service, the Greensboro Four stayed seated at that counter, refusing to stand until the store closed. The next day, they returned to Woolworth's with 25 more students, including Bennett Bells from the neighboring Bennett College, an all-female HBCU. Their movement spread to 55 cities in 13 states. Protest signs read "Support North Carolina Students" in demonstrations outside the South. And by the end of 1960, 400 demonstrations had taken place across the country. By staying seated at that counter, those students inspired the nation to stand up against the blatantly racist Jim Crow laws of that time. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to rise today to recognize the Greensboro Four and the courageous students who joined their protest, sparking a national movement for civil rights. Those students exhibited great bravery in the face of violence from counter-protesters. All the while, they remained peaceful and undeterred. Their peaceful protest left a legacy that shaped the civil rights movement. That sit-in and hundreds that followed led to the 1960s Civil Rights Act, a crucial step toward dismantling segregation. Today, that very Woolworths building is the location of Greensboro's amazing International Civil Rights Center and Museum, which still contains that lunch counter and enshrines this movement in history, commemorating the actions of the Greensboro Four and all who joined them. That museum was recently denied a shuttered operator grant. Last year, I joined my fellow North Carolina representatives, Alma Adams and G.K. Butterfield, in leading a congressional resolution to honor the Greensboro Four. The resolution encourages all states to teach the history of the Greensboro Four sit-in in their educational curriculum. I was proud to reintroduce that resolution with Representative Adams and Butterfield again this year on the 62nd anniversary of the sit-in. This Black History Month and all year long, it's vital that we recognize the countless contributions of Black Americans and the work that remains to end racism and ensure equality and justice for all. I'm proud to be the representative of the city of Greensboro and all of North Carolina's 6th Triad District. I will do everything I can to preserve this history, honor our civil rights heroes, and combat racism and discrimination in all forms. As we reflect on this event, it's important to recognize that even with the odds stacked against these students, they never lost hope. They saw our nation broken and segregated. They faced hatred every day, but they persevered and successfully led a movement that changed the nation. Today, we draw inspiration and hope from the Greensboro Four. Thank you, and I yield back the remainder of my time.